drive things off the wall.
That's us, man. 24/7.
You should expect the unexpected. I mean,
Make it known that this is all about being 100% authentic.
We are live now.
So with that being said, let's jump right in.
So I have a question. And this is on this same vein. So I had a debate with a coworker, and his reason for not liking Jay-Z is because he feels like the way he changes up his style is to conform with how things are going, in today's age. So he feels like that's kind of like a sellout follower type mantra when he's trying to be this king or whatever he is. So do you feel like it's wrong or not a good thing for Drake, Kanye, or whatever to follow what's happening? Because I feel like if you're doing what's keeping you relevant, why not go with it?
Drew, what's your thoughts on that?
Why does that make you a bad artist?
I'm glad you came to me because I do have an opinion on that. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about this same topic because the era I grew up in, it was never trying to sound like someone else or trying to make that hot sound. If anything, guys was trying too hard to make their own unique sound till it was just way out there. Some of the copycat stuff, but for the most part, guys, I mean, you think about DOS effects. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you had DOS effects to
Stickity bump, hun.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then you have the loonies. I mean, people they was trying their best not to sound like someone. Look at Devin the Dude. I mean, you weren't trying to sound like somebody else.
Yeah.
Now it's like people are trying their best to hit clickbait. And, it's a lot of that seeking for clickbait, dude.
So listen, like it's a little different now because there are so many people, right? People are like, I have to focus on what they deem hot so I can at least get them to pay me attention. Like, get more bees with the honey. So if I'm doing Migos, cha-da-da, at least they first tuned in. Now, when you get over to my channel, it might be something different going on, but at the time you got the attention. And that's why people do it. It's not right. And it's one of those things. Music is a collaborative effort, but I get it because I'm from the same era. Like you just tried to do, you're supposed to be you, whatever representation you're trying to put out there. But people are all over the damn place.
You got to give the consumers what they're consuming.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess
But you can change their way. Like it depends because
give them some flavor.
But you don't know what you like until you taste it.
Right. Give them some Lawton's chicken sausage.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I think the difference in Jay, what he did, like as a Jay fan and following his music, you could hear the transition in his music.
Oh, definitely.
He went from less street talk to more grown man stuff and even more conscious stuff. He would throw in conscious lines here and there. What was the joint right after Hurricane Katrina where he said that, I gave $1, but I didn't give a damn or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like you could tell even then where he was kind of getting on himself for putting his money out there, but not really putting out the time and the effort and really making sure the money went where it needed to go for Hurricane Katrina. Like, to me, that was the birth of the transition for Jay. And that was before he was King Hove and all of this. You know what I'm saying? I think with Drake, though, to Drake's credit, he's always been talented on the mic, I guess. And he's always been able to kind of be in the forefront. So it always puzzled me why he would follow anybody. Imitating the sound for a song, I get. But it's like he would go through entire spells of doing whatever the current wave of music is, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, but I want to say, like, on this joint, to Mike's point, like Drake got some joints on there to where he's making you say, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta listen to what he's saying, and he got some joints on there, and in hip hop, that's especially our era. That's what we listen for. We listen for, what I'm saying, all the metaphors and hyperboles and everything. Right. So I did enjoy that.
I think that. Oh no, go ahead. Somebody's about to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and then you guys can, you and Drew can go ahead and wrap it up. But I was gonna say, I think that it's hard to stay relevant on a year-to-year basis. And when it comes to Jay-Z in particular, Jay-Z and Drake for that matter, I think they're two of the they fall in the same space. Each year they was hot. Jay said that he was hot for 10 summers.
Yeah.
And then when you come to Drake, Jay said he was hot for 10 summers. And then when it comes to Drake, he has the ability to kind of mimic, what's hot at the time. But every time he does, it's like he has the Midas touch. It works. So I would say, just like in business, because they those two truly treat it like a business. You got to learn how to continue to keep that brand relevant, and you got to figure out different ways to stay relevant. And sometimes you got to be flexible with what the wave is. So I'll say that.
Ride the wave.
Drew, I feel like you got something else to say, brother. So please, by all means.
You reminded me when you made that statement, like you have to give the people what they want a little bit. And the way you said it, because it reminded me of Floyd Mayweather. Because everybody kind of understood that Floyd may be the best, but they hated his style. They hated how he handled his business. He didn't fight people when they were at their top. He waited till a little bit older. He waited till a little bit younger. Like, you see what I'm saying? He fought a more defensive style. He didn't really go out and try to take any licks. Like people used to watch Floyd to try to lose, while we sometimes watched him to make sure he didn't lose. It was just you either like Floyd, you didn't like Floyd, but Floyd, the way he used the game to his advantage, right? You see what I'm saying? Kind of way. Right. That's why I equated that to where you made that statement about Jay and Drake. Like, you may not necessarily like the way they did it, but they used it. They knew how to manipulate the game to their advantage. And that's what I'm saying.
That's what you do. Yeah. Just look at Jay-Z's style now. Like when he came out, he was a little more clean cut, right? And now he got the whole little palm tree thing going on and stuff like that. So I'm like, isn't that the type of stuff people do to stay relevant, go with the times,
It's all about where you are and what station you are in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jay's in a position where he got money. He does whatever he want to do. Like when you wake up and you want to do whatever you want to do in life, you can do whatever you want to do and you be whoever you are at that time. Like, you can't fault people for growth and development, right? Like, so if somebody is giving you something and it's where they are in life, then you got to take that for what it is. It may not be what you like, but it's where they are in life. You know what I'm saying? And as that goes to Drake also sees that every year there's new crops of artists, but there's also new listeners, right? Who never heard Nas, who never heard Jay-Z, but I'm now listening to hip hop for the first time. So now I'm grabbing them. And so his mission may be to be number one. Other people's mission, like Cole, might be just I'm just giving you me. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stretch past what I feel my dignity is. I'm just going to be me,
So in saying that, right, Mike, how this might be somebody's first time listening to hip hop. Let's just say Donda was the first album they heard, right? And they heard it because of the beef with Drake. They've been a Drake fan, or they've been kind of checking for Drake since Degrassi or whatever. Now they're checking out this music stuff. And then they hear that there's a beef thing going back and forth, right? So they dive into the music. And they're diving in with the Donda, the Certified Lover Boy, and then they find out that Drake leaked the song Life of the Party, which is drastically different than everything on Donda. Everything. It's better than everything on Donda. It's better than everything on Certified Lover Boy, right? So Drake leaks this song by Kanye featuring Andre 3000, and it is, to me, the best raps we've heard from Kanye since Graduation, to me, right? Then on top of that, we haven't heard 3 Stacks since T.I. Since Trouble Man.
Yeah, that song was fire too.
Right. We hadn't heard him since
he was
Trouble
on
Man.
Yeah, he was on
Anderson
.Paak joint too.
And Anderson .Paak joint too, yeah.
Yep. But you're right. So, but we get a 3 Stacks verse, right? The problem is Kanye's public perception, his public persona right now is that of a man of God. He's cussing like crazy on there. And then he's got an artist on there now who's talking about having sex in a church. That's why he was going to Bible study. What do you think that does to people's perception of music, of hip hop? Because to me, if I never took this Christian Kanye serious, not questioning where he is with Christ. I always gave it the side eye. Dad, you know that. I always felt something was up about it. And I felt like he slid real easy into this lane.
Yo, Christians curse every day, B.
Yo,
Right,
like,
hold on. No,
like, they're gonna
no,
be all right.
that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. I feel like he was doing so much to be this perfect. Because remember, he said I'm not making no more secular music. I'm not doing that no more.
He's a sporadic dude. Like who's listening? First of all, look at who's talking. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude is sporadic. He's all over the place. Like I agree 100%. Like you are not one thing. You are not linear. But he's all over the place, and we don't know what demons. He has things he's dealing with. But people got to stop hanging on this dude's every word.
Right.
And he's a dope art. Like he makes dope music when he does it. But he also wants to do all these other things in his life. So sometimes that takes away from that. But he talks crazy, and I'm not listening. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't follow his every word.
But I guess that's my question though. Like, do you feel like his public persona is pushed to be this image that seemingly behind closed doors he's lit? Me personally, I feel like Kanye could have indicated, look, I'm making a transition to live my life a little bit better, and there's mistakes that get made along the way. I feel like he could still be that guy and be as sporadic and be as everything, and he could make some God music. TJ Morton made a whole gospel album. And
so let me say this. Well, I think people like you and I, Mike, I think probably this whole panel, I think we know better than that, right? I think maybe baby Christians who are new to the game, maybe hanging on to his every word, right? But I think to hear that, I didn't even think about the fact that, okay, yes, he's cursing on the track. I just thought the track was fire. And you know what I'm saying? But that's just because I'm not, as somebody, who's grew up in the church, cursed middle school, high school, college, you know what I'm saying? And now adults, and seeing a whole bunch of adults curse, right? So me, it wasn't even a big deal. I didn't even think twice about it. So I think, like I said, man, I think the babes who, they might have been shocked, right? But I bet you one thing, they still won't listen.
Right. Right.
And I think it gets a pass because everyone knows that he's not Pastor Kanye West, right? They know that he's just doing. It is a little different, but just think about R. Kelly making a gospel song, which he does, right? And just look at him now. I'm just saying.
Ate it up.
To me, that's a different. Making a gospel song, making a gospel album is one thing. Making an entire proclamation denouncing that entire lifestyle. Dad, what did I tell you when he first did that? I said that was extra, and it was unnecessary. I felt like it was an unnecessary step that he did not have to make, and that's where my questioning of the whole Kanye transition happened, because I felt like, why are you going to that length?
So I'll say this, like I told you before, you got to be careful with saying things like that, because when Kanye first came out, when he was doing what he was doing, it's just like every baby Christian. Sometimes they go off the deep end and they're really excited and they really say things that is kind of too far to the left. It's radical. But but we all been there, when you actually are saved and you actually, your eyes are open, sometimes you can get radical and you can just say things and do things. It's like, yo, bro, you need to just take it back a notch. Got to dial it back some. So, I that's how I looked at it from that perspective. Now, just like Derek said, you take what you can from it and then keep it moving. Like I don't follow Kanye, because of his gospel teachings or whatever type of, spiritual walk he's going on. I don't follow him at all. He doesn't speak for me as a Christian, you know what I'm saying? But, he goes to his things just like everybody else. And even though his stuff, I think the thing about him is his stuff is so, it's publicized. His walk and the bumps that in the roads that he goes to is publicized. So, we look at it and it's like, oh yeah, we can easily pinpoint how that's wrong and how this is wrong. But we got our own little bumps and stuff that we go through too.
Never,
Differences, none of ours publicized.
talked about.
Right.
Right.
So so it's kind of I kind of stand clear of really talking about stuff like that, because I know there's things that I got to work on in my walk. So who am I to really kind of judge and say those things about what he's going through?
And I guess
that's why I kind of step away from that.
And I guess for me, it's not about judging the things he's going through. That's not the intent. My thought is like he could do more for not only the faith, but for those Christians who are not baby Christians, and maybe those Christians who are in that phase of, I'm not sure where I want to be in this entire walk. If he showed a bit of realness, like what you just described, is like, you're going to go through these ebbs and flows, and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And it could be maybe he's going through something, he doesn't know how to articulate that. I find that hard to believe because he's a very intelligent brother, but I feel like he did such a possible disservice and damage, not only to the faith, because he became a face of Christianity, whether he wanted to or not, he did, in hip hop. And it was like, oh wow, this is this big change.
Did he?
But my thing is
not necessarily like he was like the face.
And Mike
like,
and Drew, y'all feel free to jump in.
Not like he was the face of like
this. But let me say this real quick.
Saying, like I feel like people he got more publicity for being a gospel rapper than some of the guys who are really dope doing it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a different situation though. Like, it's not about I don't get that either about him being like more of a gospel rapper. It's just this is what I'm doing right now, right? So that's how I feel at this moment, because we all go through different phases, changes, things that we are passionate about, things that we stop being passionate about. And so now he's doing that. The only problem I have is make it dope. You know what I'm saying? Like make right. That's it. Just make it dope.
Yeah. Because let's keep it all the way a buck. When he made Jesus Walks,
it was dope.
It was dope.
Amazing.
And people
Come on, that was crazy.
But yeah, and people was talking about, like, what is he doing? Is the gospel rapping? Or why are you putting this secular music why are you putting God into the he was getting all that backlash back then, but the song was
God has been putting secular music and R&B music for years.
Right.
But isn't like God everywhere though? So I don't like that part. I understand. Like, you can't be here. So
that's that judgmental spot. That's that judgmental side of Christianity that sucks. But that's what I mean. I feel like Kanye he had the perfect position to be able to shift that entire narrative by saying, yes, this is what I'm doing now, but I'm still human. But I'm not perfect.
That's what he's not. The message is not clear with that.
Right. And I will say, if you are new to this, like new to that whole Christian lifestyle, and you know what I mean, like, you may not be at that point yet to where, and maybe he's at that point now. That track was leaked. Maybe he has to go back now, and maybe if people are questioning, he's saying, you know what, I'm going to be able to do this. I'm still this person. I'm still walking this life. This doesn't make me any less of who I want to be and who I was prior to this. And so I think I wasn't able to come out and articulate that, when I was conflicted, you know what I mean, and trying to be perfect in my walk, right? So I think it takes time for people to realize, you know what, hey, I don't have to be perfect, right? And then they can get out. And he may not be at that point yet.
Right. I don't think we ever really. I think that development is what we're all seeking, as far as like we're never perfect. We're always
right.
But that's an everyday. That's an everyday walk, though. That's an everyday walk.
So for Kanye, a little bit for me, at least the way I see him now is that, to me, he started off. If you listen to some of Kanye's first music, he was coming from a real humble place, and he was happy and he's appreciative to be in the spotlight and happy. And even when he started developing, he was like, man, I'm at that spot, but I'm happy to be at that spot because I work hard to get to that spot. And not me, I'm at that spot. And then it started to transition. And then to me, Kanye became like, I'm Kanye, y'all follow me, and I know what's best for all of y'all, and this is what it is. And I'm Kanye. And then that what got him in trouble. You see what I'm saying? And so when you start switching to secular music, and then so that's like the ultimate path to downfall, I guess, if you follow Christian faith, is thinking it's all you and I'm the way, and right. kind of how you follow down the path of Lucifer. If you go that route, but you start thinking that I'm the way and I'm the light, right? The only way through the light, if you go that path, is through God. And so that do that path, you have to be
on water, like
right. So you have to be a serve. You have to serve. You have to be a giver, and you have to humble yourself, and all those things that he did not do.
Right.
Drake beef all the way to me, the way he talks about when his associates with Trump or any of the stuff he's been doing lately for the past couple of years. For a person who says he's trying to walk that life and his actions was speaking totally contradictory with the person that he was saying he was in his music and the person he was trying to claim himself to be. That's what
that's a great point. And I'm gonna say one last thing about Kanye. Kanye is also a master marketer.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Like he knows
who he's married to, bro.
Yeah, all of it. All of it.
That's the queen. That's the all of it. Queen.
All of it.
Yes.
All everything, every decision that he's made has been calculated.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. And he's capitalized off it. From Trump to Kim, you know what I'm saying, to probably the Christian switch.
But has he,
you know what I mean?
Has he been in control of that? I feel like it kind of got so far out of control, it became sensational, and he just didn't know how to pull it.
But he still capitalized off it. It still brought the attention to him.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Kanye went from a superstar artist, dude. Like he's like a superstar artist
to a personality.
He became Oprah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a personality.
You wasn't just
that's
like you got what's the girl name that's doing Aretha, Jennifer Hudson. Like Jennifer Hudson's a superstar artist, right?
Right.
But she ain't Kim Kardashian. You see what I'm saying? Kanye.
I don't know.
No, you're bugging out because Kim Kardashian.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
You gotta hear what he's saying.
You gotta hear what he's media. I mean, it's far like for me, like you may not think she might be a better person, but these far like media generation that Kardashians generate.
Yeah.
Like they every little
Jennifer
word.
Hudson is not generating a media push.
Heck no, not even close to what Kim Kardashian.
I think Kanye was already. I think he was already like pretty much there before he got with Kim. That just just tried to make a power couple like Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I mean, it helped him. Yeah, I mean, it did help him.
Yeah, you got a bump. You got a bump now. You got a bump.
He didn't have to make. He didn't have to make good music, and he was still able to stay in that limelight. Like, once he Jay could stop making music, but he's not gonna stay in the limelight because he's with Beyonce. So, when Kanye stayed in the limelight because he was with Kim Kardashian.
Right. And Drew, go ahead and ask your question, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
I'm sorry. Do you think Kanye could play this God status he played now if he never had dated Kim or got with Kim?
Absolutely.
You think he playing now?
Yes.
I don't think he can play this I'm larger than y'all, I'm God type figure he's trying to play right now. I think that he got that bump from that with that role he's playing.
I think he could play it, but I don't know that it would go over quite as well because he's such a personality. It's tolerable. If he was just a hip hop artist that was really huge in hip hop, I don't know that people would accept it as much. They'd be like, man, who's this rapper talking crazy like this? Like, it's another cocky, conceited rapper. But because now people look at him like he's a personality, the personality that is Kanye West can do that. Right.
Mike, what's your well, go ahead, Crystal. Go ahead, say your piece.
Oh. I just said I don't get that.
We'll do Crystal, Duke, and then Mike. Go ahead.
It's not like he was on the show and all. Like, to me, I don't feel like it built him up like that. Yeah, his relationship with Kim, he was in a relationship with someone who's got a lot of money, and their name is really big, you know, in social media and entertainment and stuff. But I don't feel like, yes, it was a big jump for him to be with Kim, but it also was kind of like, wait a minute, you just rapped about you know, in your first album, when you get on, you leave your ass for a white girl. So you kind of are looked at like that, number one. But number two, I just don't feel like he was that much of an influence on the same arena as Kim. Like, I feel like if he never got with Kim, he would still be just as relevant and be just as great. No, I don't think so. And I'm not even a Kanye fan anymore, but I don't feel like Kim did much.
As a rapper, I agree he would, but I don't think he would as a person,
as a mogul.
As a personality.
It depends because he's always been ambitious about doing different things. right? And he talked about it, but people didn't, like, in spaces that he got into, people didn't really like see people that look like him in those spaces, and he got into those spaces, and he's showing you that he still can be creative in a different way, and people will follow that. That's where the sneakers and all that stuff came into play.
All right, but I think
good deal.
When I say as a personality, I mean like he didn't want. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he wanted to be a personality. I think his relationship with Kim Kardashian made him that, and then his struggles with mental health, all of his eccentric behavior and his actions.
He knew how to grab attention. He knew
that
how
plays
to
a
grab
part.
attention.
All of that plays a part.
And it made the personality thing. Yeah, it made the personality thing like huge.
Yeah. Derek, what's your final thoughts?
Nah, I mean, I was passing to the mic, brother. So yeah, MIC, we good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
so,
cool. Well,
yeah,
look,
man.
Before we wrap up, Drew, Mike, how can people find you?
Okay.
Drew, go first.
Okay, so you can find me at Lawson. Yeah, can't even get the word out. LawtonSausageCompany.com.
Nice.
Again, you can reach out to me on Facebook, Lawton Sausage Company, Instagram, Lawton Sausage Company, TikTok, Lawton Sausage Company. I'm there. So yeah, we're coming. So yeah.
Good deal, man. Good deal. Mike?
All right, so you can find me at MIC PDP, which is Push the Pen, on IG. You can find me on MIC on Bandcamp. You can find me on Rel 77 with Status Quo on the Rel 77 Bandcamp site and all the streaming services. I got Time Waits for No Man coming out. I got a mixtape coming out, which is just like it's pretty much like no sample clearances, right? Things I knew I couldn't get sample clearances for. I'm just gonna put it out as a mixtape and give it to you and just get busy on it, just give you different sides of me. So
Jacking for beats, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, facts. So look out for the next project. It's a lot different from Status Quo. It's a lot musical. I just got a bunch of different things going on with it, and I'm real proud of it. And it'll be out soon.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So on behalf of for the crew, Walt, Crystal, Duke.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank y'all for having us. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
This has been a blast. I have to say thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
No doubt, man. We're gonna do it again, man.
Drew, I gotta get your information, man. I gotta get with you.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
Listen, and to all of our everybody who tuned in, if you're not following us, please do so. Check us out on YouTube. We're on all streaming platforms. So that's Google, Spotify, Apple Music,
Apple Podcast, Radio Public, Anchor FM, all of that.
Yeah. Make sure you follow us, and in everything you do, take positivity with you.
Great.
Wait, what about the rest in peace?
Michael K.
Yeah, we do want to give we remiss to say that we do want to give a rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. For those who don't know who that is,
Omar.
He played Omar Little on The Wire. He played Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire. He actually was a choreographer for Crystal Waters' song 100% Pure Love. People may not know that. He actually started his career as a dancer.
Wow.
He was a very talented brother, but he also unfortunately left us too soon. We don't know what the cause of death was. What we do know is that there was drug paraphernalia in his apartment, and he battled addiction for a long time. So we just want to send out our heartfelt condolences to him and his family. We just want to just acknowledge that the man was a talented brother that had a lot to give, and he did give a lot, while he was there, and we appreciate it. So on that note, we'll sign off. Peace, beautiful people.
Peace.
Peace, beautiful people. It's your boy Dad. Listen, man, follow, like, subscribe. 5 Things Off the Wall. We are available on YouTube and IG. 5 Things Off the Wall. 5TOTW. Peace.